Now, normally these videos don't usually apply to everyone when I'm speaking to a certain set of people, but this video is going to kind of be for everyone because I think this is the kind of thing that needs to be talked about. Now, a lot of us that play this game often use Facebook or some other social media network, if people still continue to use those. We will use these social media networks to create groups that people are welcomed or invited to, and we use these groups to have transactions for Yu-Gi-Oh cards or a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh related items of sorts. And I'm not against it. What I'm against, though, is the way things kind of run, how transactions are kind of ran. Because a lot of people will do these, and a lot of people will get scammed. Now, I'm not saying everyone's a scammer, but people do get scammed because they just say this for this. I don't trade first. I don't give out first. I don't send first. And I understand that. And the reason why everyone says I don't send first, and the reason is because either one, you're afraid that the person you're going to send to is scamming you, which is fine, and it's perfectly understandable. Or two, you are the scammer. You don't want to send your stuff first because you want them to send you their stuff first so that way you can scam them, which is wrong. Now, I say this is because here's the thing. Let me kind of elaborate a story. I'm speaking through someone on a group in Facebook. He has a mat that I said I would buy off of him. I'm not going to say the name. I'm not going to say the name of the group either. But if he sees this, he knows who I'm talking to. And if you see this, man, this isn't about hating you or thinking you're suspicious. This is just kind of a perspective. Now, the whole thing is that it's a damaged mat. I mean, you see some damage on it. It's not brand new. It's not fresh out of the box or anything. I mean, it's been used for, I'm going to assume, a month tops, minimum. And it's got some damages on the edges. Now, he said that he had already sold that and had new ones coming in. The original one, we agreed to $30 plus the PayPal tax. Now, I knew, on an economical standpoint, what that mat is worth based on its condition and everything. But I still agreed, just because, I'll let you have the better end of the deal. I'm not gonna be, the whole thing. But now you say that mat gets sold and a new one's coming in and asking for $35. Now, to be asking for a mat through a Facebook transaction for $35, for an extra $5, I can go online to the site where they make the custom mats, have it guaranteed that it's going to be mailed to me, and have a guarantee that it is in perfect condition for an extra $5. And this isn't, and like I said, this is just all one big standpoint. Now, he says that he's not a scammer and that he's been scammed. I'm reluctant to give him the benefit of the doubt. But at the same time, it's, am I supposed to go based off your words? I mean, there's a lot of variables through Facebook transactions that you can't just say something and go based off your word. Because at the same time, a lot of these people don't even use a real Facebook profile picture. And I'm not saying that's wrong, but, it's like, we don't even get to see your face. And in some people that use Facebook profile pictures, we don't exactly know if that's what they really look like. I've seen people on Facebook who have profiles of girls and like the person that created the account is portraying themselves as a woman when they are in fact a man. I mean, if you can't even give us that amount of trust, how am I supposed to believe that you are not going to scam me? So, in conclusion, I mean, here, this is just a theory on how I believe transactions through Facebook go. Now, when you go online, let's say you're going on Toy Wiz, Core TCG, Troll and Toad, Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever. You're going online to buy something online through an online store. Now when you do so, you usually use a credit card, a bank card of some sort. Now, do they send you the product before you send them the money? Nope, they don't do that worth a damn. You send them the money. They say the money has been sent, they send you an email, and they give you an approximate amount of days of when your items should be shipped and received at your house. Now, on average, depending on what time of the day you buy it, usually if you do it in the morning, that transaction is gone and through the morning. So within usually 3 to 7 days, you have your product. If you're not using eBay or some shit like that. Now, if you're the person buying the product from someone else on Facebook, you need to send the money first. Now, you're thinking, well, if I send the money first, how would I know that he's not going to steal my money? That's the best part. This whole PayPal thing, I don't fully understand how it kind of works. It just seems it's too much of a risk to allow shit like, Facebook transactions to kind of go through and everything. It's too much. Use a check. If you have the money to send to them, you have the money to get a checkbook and a check-ins account. Plain and simple. Get a checkbook. Write the check to them. Send them a video, a photo saying this check has been sent. According to the post lady behind the desk, that you should receive this check in X amount of days. Now, but then give a day and a half. Tell them, if you do not provide info to me that you have received the check and that the product is being mailed, you can put a stop on that check. You can call your bank and say, hey, this money that I sent on a check, I feel like I am going to get robbed of it. Please stop the check from going through. If this person tries to cash the check, do not let whoever they're trying to cash the check do it. Plain and simple. If you feel like you're going to get scammed out of your money because of this, stop the check. Call your bank. Stop the check. Because, yeah, you're still not going to get your product, but they're not going to get away with your money. Plain and simple. So if you're the one buying the product, if you're going to pay them money to get cards, get a mat, get a binder from someone on Facebook, if you're the one buying the product, if they're selling the product, if you're asking for it, you send first, not them. Now, and this is a way to say, this is basically a safety measure to say, if I do not see info, if you do not provide me an info, if you fail your job to say this is not being done, I'm going to put a stop on this check so that way I can guarantee that my money is not going to be gone. It's that fucking simple. And you're thinking, well, what do people trade card for cards? I kind of think that's stupid. But to do so, to trade cards for cards through Facebook transactions. Now, I did think of a way. It does take a bit longer to do so, but it still guarantees. Let's say I want to trade. Let's say someone's asking, they're trying to say on Facebook that I see something I like, and we're willing to trade. Let's just say for example they have a Ghost Rare Stardust. You know how I am with sneakers and shit. I want your Ghost Rare Stardust. I will trade these for your Stardust. Deal. What I'm going to do first is send them a check. I'm going to send them a blank check and say, this is basically a way of saying, here's this check. If I do not have my stuff mailed to me, by them, my card, by them to me, I'm going to put a stop to the check. The person that gets the check, they mail the check back, or they use one of their checks, blank, I mind you, because you can still stop it either way. They send a blank check or a check of some sort to them with their card once they send it. It's not a foolproof plan, but it is more reluctant to say, hey, if they don't, at least if they don't send me the card, they still can't get mine, and they're not gonna get any money because I'm gonna stop the check. I mean, go the extra mile. Do what you have to do to guarantee that the transaction is going to be safe and solid. It's that fucking simple. It's like, are you really that lazy, or are you that untrustworthy? If you cannot go the extra mile to say and keep everyone informed of the transaction that's probably through, you are probably a scammer. I'm not saying you are, but that's what it, to me, that's what it points out to more, is that you are probably trying to scam if you can't go the extra mile to inform and provide secure business arrangements to make these happen. Now, I originally had a page on Facebook called the YGO Pawn Shop. Now, this page doesn't have a lot of likes. I haven't really been active on it for X amount of months because I don't really have a whole lot of product to say so. This whole page was basically meant to say, you want to sell me cards to get some money, that's fine, we can negotiate. I mean, it worked like a pawn shop, an online pawn shop, basically. But I didn't really have a whole lot of product to provide, nor a whole lot of money to say, if you were trying to sell me stuff for cash, I can give you this amount of money. So the page never really caught on. We'll continue. We'll catch more in the future. If I can get an established budget for the page, yeah. But until then, no. So it basically is saying listen carefully to like what they're saying, and be willing to go the extra mile. Understand what you're getting yourself into. Like I said, if they're asking for this amount of money in this condition used for like that little extra amount, you can go online, get it probably faster, and guarantee you're gonna get it. Like, understand that fact, because stop asking for a crap ton of money when a certain amount, when with just a little extra, they're gonna guarantee that they're gonna get in good condition. This is Facebook. So unless you're willing to negotiate a fair price to where if they're going to get scammed, they're not going to scam out of a whole lot. It's just that simple. So on that note, thank you for watching. Click a few ads. Helps me earn money so I can continue this shit and other things that I need to do for a living. I mean, it's better than asking you to actually ask me for money. I'm not trying to solicit you or anything. I'm just saying, hey, click a few ads. And honestly, people, Facebook, everyone, just make it simple. Make it simple and easy to make everyone feel like that you can be trusted. And actually do it. Do what you're going to say.